I've always known how important this air compressor is to my shop setup, but I didn't know quite how important until I started having problems. The compressor was acting erratic and there were leaks everywhere. To replace this compressor is about $800 to $1,200 today. So I thought, now's the time to get serious. So let's start at the beginning. I bought this air compressor about 15 years ago. It came on this wooden pallet. I didn't know exactly where I wanted to mount it on the floor, so I just left it on the pallet. From past experience, I knew that with the air compressor, vibration can be a problem. So I put some rubber mats between the pallet and the concrete floor. Again, from past experience, I knew that I needed a way to drain the tank of buildup condensation without crawling on the floor and unscrewing the drain plug. I installed the drain valve, and pulling on this cable activates the valve. But for some reason, that didn't work, so I made a foot pedal. After some use with the foot pedal, the cable began to work, although I still prefer using the foot pedal. And now, back to the current problem. Fortunately, I found this website. They suggested a new pressure switch. Bought a pressure switch from Amazon for $14. Quite easy to install. Here's a shot of the pressure switch that I removed. You can see that inside the cap there's some instructions. Adjusted the pressure switch so that when the pressure in the tank drops to 90 psi, or pounds per square inch, the air compressor kicks in and shuts off at 125 psi. Once the switch was installed, I turned on the air compressor and began looking for leaks. This main plug in the side of the tank was leaking badly. I removed that, put in a new O-ring, and wrapped the threads with Teflon tape. Reinstalled the plug, turned on the air compressor, and it leaked just as badly as before. So I posted a question on the website, and they suggested that I use pipe sealant. Put a heavy coat of pipe sealant on the threads, reinstalled the plug, started up the air compressor, and it no longer leaks. The air from the air compressor tank goes into this manifold, which has a number of outlets. One which goes outside so that I can use this sandblaster, clean out the deck on my riding mower, or air up tires. Another outlet goes for the tools that I use here on my table. Several applications require dry air, and this is essential for the plasma cutter, this mini sandblaster, and for paint spraying. The air first goes into this filter, and there's a drain at the bottom. This unit also has a gauge so that the PSI going into a specific tool can be regulated. Just to be on the safe side from moisture, this is a canister air filter with a replaceable paper cartridge. The line out of the canister goes to this manifold. One line going to the mini sandblaster, a line to the plasma cutter, and a connection for spray painting. So in the end, I spent less than $30. I do have some time involved, but everything is working the way it should be. And if I turn the compressor off and the gauge reads 100 psi, I can come back in a day and it'll still read 100 psi. No leaks. So it's been a good experience all the way around.